Hi YouTube, it's Wes Koya. I just want to show you a little deal I got here. This is the Dell Precision 490, if my iPhone would focus, and speaking of that, sorry for the quality, I'm actually just using my iPhone until I get all the parts for this machine, and then I'm going to make a full video about it, because right now I'm just showing what I've got, basically. Which, yeah, it's, again, a Dell Precision 490. I got it for $150, which is a decent deal. Yeah, so it has one normal CD drive, DVD-RW drive, and two USB 2.0s, headphone and mic on the front. Has a big fan behind here, which you'll see when I open it up. It comes with Intel Xenon processor. It's designed for Windows XP or Windows Vista, as you can see at the bottom there. Not like you're gonna put Vista on it, but if it runs Vista, fine. It's obviously gonna run Windows 7 a million times better. So yeah, it has a little vent here, which is the older models would actually have a floppy drive here. So yeah, and I have it on, by the way, right now. Just it's remarkable how quiet this thing is for how huge it is. I mean, it sounds so quiet for the size it is. Like, you'd be really surprised. The video's probably going to pick it up a lot louder than it actually is in person. But yeah, moving on to the back of it. Okay. Just pull it around here. Okay. So here is something I don't think I've mentioned yet. The video card has been pulled out before I got it. And that's not really too big of a deal for me. They're like 20 bucks on eBay. I'll buy another one, probably an NVIDIA Quadro FX 1500 or something, and it'll work great on it. It's gonna have 512 megabytes of cache, which is probably something I'm just gonna put to test it or see if it'll run well with that. And if I need to, it will be upgraded to a better graphics card. But this is not gonna be used for like all the new games. Probably just like Fallout 3. All the older Xbox classics that are also on PC, because the person I want to sell this to doesn't really like any newer games anyways. So yeah, if I do decide to sell it, that is. But yeah, moving on. Has internet, has 5 USB 2.0s right here, 7 including the 2 that are on the front. Has PS2 mouse and keyboard. Has the another headphone jack right there, as well as audio in, I believe. Has the printer port there, and then these 2, which I forget what they do exactly, but if you're old school, these are outdated, so you know what they are. These are 2 spots where you could put an additional 2 fans if you really wanted to cool down the system. If it was getting a bit too hot than it should have been, like you want to lower your temperatures. That'd only be really necessary if you have this thing fully maxed out, which if you have this thing fully maxed out, it can have the potential to do better than a modern gaming PC, which is why a person I know on YouTube, I watch his videos, Tyler5310, has a different model of this computer, and he actually stripped down his gaming PC and decided to use this instead of it, and he had a modern gaming PC that he built from scratch with an i7, so that just shows you how good this thing actually is. So right now, I'm going to move on back to the side here, and on the front, I'm just going to hold the Chrome button down and turn this thing off so I can show you what's inside of it. And it's kind of weird, but this thing actually has 4 LEDs for like errors, pretty much. It tells you what the error of the machine is with the 1, 2, and 3, and 4 lights, but when you have it off, the 4 light is standard to be on, to tell you that it's plugged in, which is kind of weird because there's an orange light on the motherboard that's always on when it's plugged in. But yeah, you push this thing back and then the case will separate, and you can pull the 10-pound door off. Oh man, this thing's heavy. Yeah, even the door to this machine is quite heavy, and the machine, you don't even want to try lifting this yourself. You can, but it will really wear down your arms. Seriously, this thing is remarkably heavy. Now I just need to make sure it's not going to hit my stupid chair there, and I'm gonna put this thing down. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now to start off here, I'm just gonna remove the cables for the hard drive, and you'll see why in a second. I'm trying to do it as carefully as I can. Okay, move this out of here, and that, put that over here, out of my way. Okay, there's an arm here, you gotta pull the latch backwards, then you got a handle here which you can grip onto, and then pull it outwards, and it goes all the way over here. Which then you see it has this really good quality fan, which cools down the RAM. I'm just going to pull one stick of RAM out to show you what they're like. They're not like standard RAM. Now I believe these are DDR2. I haven't really got time to look at them yet. But I've seen a deal of RAM, and I could get 8 gigabytes for the machine plus what's already in here, which is 2 gigabytes, and have it up to 10. And the max this can go, I believe, is 32. But other people were saying like 64, which I'm not quite sure if that would be true, but I can see 32 being able to be put into this. I gotta look up about that 64 though, I doubt it, but you know, people will say some things, and it might be true, you know. I have to research that. I'm gonna make another video about this machine anyways. This is just basically showing you what I got. So when it's all upgraded, I'm gonna make a new video with more detailed information once I'm done researching some of the things about it. But yeah, moving on. You can see it actually gets super hot. It has a heat symbol right there, and it has a copper heat sink right here on one of the major chips, and that's also why it needs to fan. It gets super hot. This RAM really is, you know, not your standard stuff. It's a higher grade of RAM, so it gets a lot hotter because this is a server, believe it or not, which is going to be used as a gaming PC. And it takes 2 CPUs, has 1 Xenon in it already. You can put another one in. I believe you can put other processors besides Xenons. I mean, it would make plenty sense if you could. But, yeah, standard it gets 3 gigahertz with the 2 Xenons paired together, I'm pretty sure. And you could overclock that, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but it makes sense if you could overclock it, or, you know, put better processors than just 2 Xenons in there. But, you know, like I say, I'm just making a video of what I got. I don't know exactly if what I'm saying is true. There could be better processors you can put in it, and you might be able to overclock it to a lot, you know. I don't know yet. But, yeah. So, here's where here's the PCIe, where the video card would go in. You know, you got a lot of room to work with in here. You got 3 SATA, and, you know, there's the cutout to where the video card would go. You got an odd button here that tells you when the computer case is closed to, I guess, prevent damage and, you know, other sorts of stuff that you don't want people going in your computer, like when it's on, you know. I don't know, it's kind of cool, I think, though. It's a nice feature. I would show you what it does with the case off, but obviously I don't want the RAM to overheat. I'll probably do it when this thing's back down. Okay, so yeah, here's the backs to our 2 DVD drives. This one obviously being the CD drive, and this one being the DVD-RW. Obviously, I think this would have came with definitely would have came with the RW. The DVD drive, or the CD drive, I mean, CD drive right here would have been put in afterwards, probably just to copy CDs or something like that. But yeah, nothing else really to show here, except, you know, I think I showed you it has 8 slots of RAM, and it's, yeah, really upgradable. A very powerful machine, especially for its time. You know, people using this rather than a custom-built gaming machine. You know, this thing is great. Really happy that I paid $150 for it. I think it's well worth it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to reconnect this, and I'm going to reconnect this as well, which goes this way. And then this thing goes right here. Kind of a bit tricky to get in there, because you don't want to break the camera, or you don't want to break the cable, obviously. It's getting caught on something. There we go. Alright, so right now, everything's in place. We're going to hit the power button and you'll see exactly what it does when the case is open. It does 2 beeps and then it sounds like it goes into fan test mode, because you can hear the fans really start to crank up to full speed. Which I'm just going to let you hear this, because they sound really quiet, but this is how they sound full speed. This is a good way to clean out the system if it's been like in storage for a couple years or something. Yeah, I think you're getting the point. But yeah, I don't know if you can see or not, but there's the huge fan I was talking about right here. Let's turn this off. The huge front fan I was talking about is right there, and you can see it start to wind down. Right there. It has huge blades on it as well. Let's see if it's gonna just... Yeah, there it is. Huge fan. This is to cool the front right here and the CPU. So, yeah, then there's the RAM one right there, and then this is the spot where you'd put the additional second hard drive. And other than that, the only thing I don't think I've mentioned is that it has a 750 watt power supply to power it all up, which is really great. And it's right here, proof. 750. And I'll just let you look at this, give it a second to focus. You can pause the video and look at it if you like. And yeah, great computer. So I'm just gonna grab this right here, put this back on it, and that'll be it for this video. This has got to be the biggest computer I've ever gotten. Alright. So thanks for watching, and please leave a comment if you have one.